Hey there, toy people! Today we're going to find out if Jelly Blox has what it takes to become the next toyetic hit. But what does the term toyetic really mean? Well, stick around, and in this video I'm going to explain it as we unbox this toy. Let's open up Jelly Blox. Jelly Blox is a brand created by Goliath Toys and Games. Goliath Toys and Games originally was a games company primarily, but then they got into the toy world, and I'm so glad that they did because their product so far is great. The tagline of Jelly Blox is "Squishy is more fun." It's building blocks that bend the rules. They actually kind of squish the rules. So let's just open one up and see how it stands up against our first Toyetic Principle, character-specific accessories. Okay, so we've got two Jelly Blox in this set, and the first Toyetic Principle we've got to think about is distinct character personalities. Now, Jelly Blox aren't characters, but they are, objects. Do these objects have distinct personalities? When a toy has distinct character personalities, it makes it easier for the kid or kidult playing with it to identify the backstory behind that specific toy. Now, what we do see in these two different Jelly Blox is that one is totally clear and yellow, and then we see that the other Jelly Blox has some sort of little colorful beading inside of it, which makes it even more fun to squish and play with, because as we're squishing and playing with it, we can see those beads are just moving all around. So that's the first thing that we notice about this fun little squishy Jelly Blox toy. So if we look at these little Jelly Blox, they do both kind of have their own distinct ways of being. Like, one has these little beads inside of it, whereas the other one is totally clear. So that does give kids something to latch on to, kind of a block that they might say is their favorite versus not. Maybe they enjoy the bead play that's in this block, or maybe they just enjoy the clear, colorful nature of this one. Next up, let's talk about scalability by theme. To do this, we've got to pull the packaging back into view here and look at some of the other Jelly Blox that were played with on this packaging itself. All right, to do that, we've got to bring the packaging back in here, and we've got to look at maybe some of the other blocks that are illustrated here on the packaging. I got this sample from Holiday at Play, so I actually went there and played with a bunch of other Jelly Blox. There were some filled with goo-like substances. They come in all shapes and sizes. So the next question is scalability by theme. Now, check out the fact that these Jelly Blox have different colors, different things inside of them, so they're hollow, which allows them to be empty and still work, or they can be filled and still work. That is an aspect of being scalable by theme. It's a great sign if a toy can easily expand into other themes and versions, especially if it can do so without requiring a new mold. So a mold in the toy industry is what we put liquid plastic into to form the shapes of the toys themselves. And a toy like Jelly Blox, all of these pieces can be formed in the same mold. They can be filled with different things, they can be molded in different colors, but the cost of that mold itself in the toy industry is the main hindrance to most new startup toy companies. The molds are very expensive. So if you can expand on a toy's theme, make it more fun to play with without changing the mold, you've really hit on something super special. Okay, let's move on to character-specific accessories. Now, I just got a free starter set from the Jelly Blox team, so I don't actually have any accessories that might go with the Jelly Blox. I don't know if they have accessories, if they're planning to make little Jelly Blox bridges that go with it, or other elements of play that would add to the fact that there's something inside of here and makes that even more special of the play pattern. So right now, I don't think we're not hitting that toyetic mark of character-specific accessories, but do we have the potential to go there? Now again, Jelly Blox aren't characters, but honestly, they could be. There's plenty of space here on a Jelly Blox for some faces, to have some fun things where maybe you're building different faces here with Jelly Blox. That could all definitely happen. So there is potential for character-specific accessories, but they haven't hit it yet. And now the last element of the Toyetic Principles that we need to see if jelly blocks hit is surprise or conflict. Now, based on the packaging and the fact that the packaging didn't explicitly say which jelly blocks I was gonna get, I would actually say the surprise aspect was the unboxing of the jelly blocks itself. I am glad that I got this little jelly blocks with the colorful beads inside. I played with this one at the show. I'm so excited to have it, but I do wish that I kind of got one of the ones that had the gel or like the goop. I don't even know what it was. It was kind of like a putty gel goop inside of the jelly blocks. So I really wish I got one of those, but that is definitely a surprise aspect of this toy. But enough about what I think. Let's see what a few Amazon reviewers have to say about this toy. Let's head over to Amazon and take a look at what other people have to say. So here we are on Jelly Block's creative kit. Includes 20 blocks. Oh, I wish I had gotten that one to review. That would be fantastic. Let's click on over to the ratings. So I want a review that has a lot of context. I need more information. So Sai says, my toddler owns all sorts of blocks, and these are the first of this size that I've actually seen that are squishy. The squishy nature of these is similar to those squishy air-filled stress reliever toys that have those lights or sometimes fluids in them. The insides vary from empty, tiny little blocks, dots, and kinetic sand. That's what I saw in that other block at the show. Fun to bounce around. Oh, bounce, I didn't even think about it, and attempt to build, as well as it gives some extra sensory play by squishing the blocks. However, there are some downsides. First off, the odor. Like those squishy stress relieving toys, these have the same smell to them. It kind of smells like a nail salon. I have them in a toy bin, and when I opened the bin this morning, I was hit with that plastic rubbery smell. Second from that is cleanliness. They are squishy, but they also pick up hair and dust quite easily. Sure, you can just wash them, but a few minutes on the carpet and it's just all carpet fibers. Third is the inability to create tall structures. Yes, they do connect, but they are a weak connection, and anything over around a 4 tall start to lean and fall. My toddler loves building towers, and after she figured out that she couldn't make her favorite towers, she just stopped playing with them. I will, however, still give this 4 stars for just the fact that they do provide a different style of play and do solve some notorious issues of pain when stepping on blocks, and they attached a fun photo of them building the blocks. It actually, in this photo, 1, 2, 3, 4, they're actually built 5 high. So they kind of, debunked their own review by posting this photo. But oh yeah, they got a great set of 20 blocks. I didn't even notice the odor. You notice it when you kind of get up close to it, but it does kind of smell like a nail salon. That's what I would liken it to. Okay, let's go. So for all my Toy Creators Academy students that might be watching this video, where I teach you how to make your own toys and games, I always tell you to look for the 3-star reviews. People that leave 3-star reviews usually leave the most detailed reviews, the most honest. They usually have a problem, something they think that is missing. We actually did get that in the 4-star review that we just saw, which is usually unlikely. But let's just dive into that 3-star review and see what else we can find. Okay. D&J says, this toy was targeted to a 1.5-year-old toddler. This is a good toy for kids who like to mash things. Our toddler likes to play with food, and it seems like mashing the food through the fingers is what they want. Though this toy is not that soft to mash through fingers, it is very soft and very pliable. The different textures inside the blocks attract curiosity, and we occasionally see our child inspecting them while squishing the blocks. There are only several blocks within one set, so there isn't too much opportunity to get too wild with imagination and build anything. We believe this may be targeted to younger toddlers who are being introduced to building blocks and how to stack them. In addition, we would not recommend buying multiple packs to encourage creativity, as the blocks do not necessarily lock together, so the structures with many packs may end up falling down or coming apart easily. We noticed our 1.5-year-old toddler started to show disinterest in the blocks after about a month of playing with them. A month is a long time for a kid. That's decent, I would say. After about a month of playing with them, we do occasionally hide put away toys from our child, and then after another month, he will show interest in them again for a short period. Upon opening the package, we did notice a manufacturing smell, which didn't surprise us considering the gel-like material used to make the blocks pliable. It's a good toy, but we rated it in regards to our experience and our child's interest. We would likely not purchase these given the chance to do it over. We would rate it in the high 3 stars if we could, but this was not quite a solid 4-star type experience. Wow, that's so interesting. You know, it definitely shows that the toy makes it on some fronts of being toyetic, that it's interesting a child, the different blocks, distinct character personalities of the blocks is what's interesting the child, to squish this one, squish that one, and stay engaged. But it is very interesting how many people are off-put by the fact that you can't stack very high. So that is a problem to solve for the company Goliath, or honestly any competitors that wanted to do so. But also, thinking about that manufacturing smell, you know, I don't know if there's anything you could do to get away from that because of the material, but it's definitely something that I would say they need to look into, because now it's 2 reviews from people that actually love the toy that still can't help but bring this thing up. Now, this parent did say that their child stopped playing with it after a month. I think a month is a great length of time to keep a child interested in a toy, but you let me know in the comments if you disagree, if you think that a month is not long enough for them to stay engaged. And I do wonder, as this brand grows and they introduce blocks with maybe some glow in the dark, they have different things inside of them that glow in the dark, or they do different things, will that be enough to keep your little one interested? They almost become collectors of these mini blocks. And then regarding building structures that can stand, I think that's something that we should figure out and solve. Is it that these connector pieces need to be taller? There are going to be limits so that the piece can come out of the mold. But if this was just a little bit taller, could it still come out of the mold and hold structures better together? Now, this toy actually doesn't have any 2-star reviews. I think that is incredible. They do have a 3-star review that says it's just an okay toy, that the blocks don't really stack together. But honestly, when I saw Jelly Blocks sitting at the toy trade show, I didn't think they were gonna be able to snap together at all. And I was pleasantly surprised when I saw they do snap together quite easily, and I think they stick pretty well together. But I don't know. I mean, it's still, I think, you know, you give a little to get a little. As one parent said, they no longer have to deal with the problem of painfully stepping on, you know, hard bricks with these Jelly Blocks. Well, now that we've heard from real world buyers, let's see how Jelly Block stands up against our Toyetic scorecard. First up, distinct character personalities. While these aren't characters just yet, though they could be, they could have little faces here. Each Jelly Block can be looked at as its own figure, its own character, and they do have distinct character personalities, from colors to fillings to different ways that they look when they stack on top of one another. So I definitely think that distinct character personalities was met. So we're gonna give a check on that Toyetic principle. The next Toyetic principle, scalability by theme. Is Jelly Block scalable by theme? I don't know. Yes, 100%. I mean, these little blocks, all made from the same mold, can be filled with various materials to scale the theme. They can be printed with different faces to scale the theme. The blocks themselves could be different sizes, integrating new molds, but could be different sizes as we see that they have online. So there is so much room to scale. And right now, the theme of these blocks is just building blocks. But if you add faces on them, you could be building a character set, like a cat face and paws and nose, and mix that with a dog face and paws and nose. There's so much that could be done with this Jelly Blocks. These could even be sweet treats where you're creating layers of cakes by stacking the Jelly Blocks. So much scalability by theme. I'm sure Jelly Blocks is looking at other kits like Lego to look for different ideas for how they can scale this line. But I do believe there's so much opportunity here. And the fact that you can squish them and smash them just means that whatever you stack and create could add to the toyetic value. The squishiness could add to the toyetic value because maybe you stack and create something like a cake and then you can squish it. And that, how fun is that? I mean, that would just be so much fun. The next toyetic principle. So yes, before I move on, yes, the Jelly Blox meets Toyetic Principle scalability by theme. Okay, the next Toyetic Principle, character-specific accessories. Unfortunately, I didn't see any character-specific accessories. Even when we looked on Amazon, it looks like it's all the same block, or the same block concept in different sizes. They haven't really done character-specific accessories, so you're not gonna get that Toyetic Principle. Sorry, that's an X, that's a no. Okay, the last one, surprise conflict. I'm still not 100% sure if that was intentional, that this is a blind box, because it doesn't say blind bag or blind box or anything on it. It just says contents to Jelly Blox, and I didn't know if I was gonna get one filled with anything or not. It does have a picture of one that is similar to what I got on the box, but it's not exactly the same. So I don't know if that was on purpose or not. So surprise conflict, I actually would say yes for Jelly Blox, or at least for the set that I got. So you're gonna get a check for that one in the Toyetic Principle checklist. Now listen, I know that the other items on Amazon weren't designed in that way, or it looks like they might not have been designed in that way, so it's not totally clear if you're going for that surprise aspect, but if you are, you nailed it. So overall, I'm giving Jelly Blox a 3 out of 4 score of the 4 Toyetic Principles. Great job. I think this toy is truly toyetic. I do think that this toy is gonna be a hit. I did think so when I saw it at the toy event. I thought, wow, why didn't I think of that? Like, it felt like one of those ideas that, why didn't I think of that? What a brilliant toy idea. I do believe this is a solid choice if you're looking for something fun and different this Christmas. So check out Jelly Blox by Goliath. The link to the Amazon shop page will be in the description below. So tell me what you think. Does Jelly Blox make it on your must-have wish list this Christmas or no? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback. As always, thank you so much for being here today, toy people. I'll see you next time for our next Toyetic Challenge toy review. See you later. Thank you so much for sticking around for the end of this video. If you're ready to make it toyetic, check the link in the description below for all of the merch associated with this channel. You can rock this t-shirt and so much more.